I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. So, look, I wanted to hop right into it, Colby. As you may have heard, we've been restructuring parts of the firm by adopting.
Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about employers are laying off good employees at the worst time because 2025 it's very hard for someone to get a job when you get laid off. So I've put the stitches together so that you watch. I'll be back to share my true sense.
Hi, Colby. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. So, look, I wanted to hop right into it, Colby. As you may have heard, we've been restructuring parts of the firm by adopting AI to alleviate some just high operational expenses. And unfortunately, that's led us to make some difficult decisions, including the immediate termination of your role. And look, this is not based on performance as an employee. This is a firm-wide decision that's impacting hundreds of resources. And I know this is probably hard to hear, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, this is a total shock because how much effort I put in the company. But will I be receiving any severance?
Yeah, no, for sure. So you'll be receiving 2 weeks severance. We know this is not a lot, but off the record, as a friend or a colleague, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Anyone that you see is connected with me on LinkedIn that you want an intro to. We were literally just talking last week about all these AI apps that are out there, like AI or whatever. Yeah. So I'm sure you'll get back out there and find a new role soon. My call, but Mark will stay on and we'll discuss everything awkwardly. Take care, Colby, and we'll be in touch.
All right, thank you. Bye.
I was let go from my position yesterday. If you've been following me for a little while, you know that in August of 2023, I was also let go from another position. So 2 times in 2 years, I'm on a roll. And I know what you're thinking. If I got fired 2 times, I must be the common denominator, right? Maybe. But I got fired for expressing boundaries in the workplace, in a workplace that was already toxic and there was no protection for us as the employees. And then in an effort to stand up for not only myself, but, the other 4 people that I work with, it was decided that it was better to part ways with me. So that's the tea. I think I'm still processing and figuring out what the hell I'm going to do next. There's a lot going through my mind, but the main thing that I'm trying to remember is that I would rather have been let go from a position where my boss wasn't willing to hear me out and work with us on creating a safe and healthy work environment rather than stay there in fear. I'll never live my life in fear, especially not fear of losing a paycheck, because money is out there in the world and I can find it. I can get my hands on it. I will never live my life in fear of somebody else having power over me, the fear of them exercising that power on me. I'm never going to live my life like that. So in an effort to stay true to myself and my values and my morals, I had to stand up for what was correct. I believe I was professional in the way that I handled it, but it was too much of an ultimatum for him. So he decided to part ways with me. It is what it is. I'm not going to be involved with somebody who, 1, doesn't care about their employees, and 2, is more than likely breaking the law in their business. So that's the update. Unemployed, round 2, and I don't know what my next steps are, but I have created a dynamic here with my audience where I'm open and honest about my journey with unemployment, my journey with entrepreneurship, and my journey just with myself and learning how to be my own boss and be self-employed. So that's what I'm going to continue to work toward. And yeah, that's all I got right now.
I literally got fired from my job during Nurses Week. So yay, I love being a nurse. But for some context / background, I'm a travel nurse. I had just accepted a travel assignment. Well, not just. I had been planning on doing this travel assignment for about a month now. We're about 2 weeks out. And I got the call yesterday that my contract has been canceled. So I have no job now. I basically got fired before I even started at this job. And I even worked in the same hospital system in LA previously before accepting this job. And even on my last shift, I was out of the kindness of my heart. I worked a 20-hour shift. I literally worked 8 hours overtime because they were short staffed. But you know what? Hospitals really don't care about you. That's what I've learned from this. They could care less if you're a good nurse. They just are about their money. So happy Nurses Week, everybody. I hope your Nurses Week is better than mine because I'm fun unemployed right now.
I just got laid off from my job, and let's talk about it while I take out my braids. You guys, I'm laughing, but I've been crying. I got laid off a few days ago. It's so funny how this planned out because when God is moving in your life, you never really know why. And I moved out from my apartment earlier in January just because, like, I was saying to myself, like, oh, God forbid something happens to my job. Like, I just don't have, like, money. Like, So I was like, I'm just going to move out of my apartment. And I've been living with my friend in her house, and it's been amazing. But I just did that. So thankfully, I don't have to worry about rent. And I'm probably going to have to move back home with my parents. This job market is actually so scary, and I've literally been bawling my eyes out. Like, I actually even recorded the conversation because going into the call, something was just off because I don't know, I just had a vibe, and I literally broke down crying. I don't know if I'm going to share that video because I literally started crying on the call, and the director of my team also started crying, so now we both crying, and I was like, why are you crying? I'm the one without a job. Anyway, I'm going to keep you guys updated on my journey. To be fair, I was probably going to leave that job anyway because I've just been feeling like that it wasn't my purpose. Like, I've been feeling like there's something greater that I wanted to do and I just didn't know what. So I'm going to take you guys along this journey of unemployment. Actually, fun employment is what we're going to call it. And I hope you guys stick around, and I'm going to be sharing tips that I'm using for my job search, and just share.
This is my second time being fired from a job. Not because I didn't do good work and awarded for my work. Not because I'm incapable. I'm very capable. But because I told the truth. I wish autism and ADHD, depression, all the neurodivergent things came with a pamphlet that just said, hey, you're going out to the real world, people lie, and they don't give a damn about the truth. They say one thing and they mean a complete other. They say you're a journalist, we care about accountability, we care about telling the truth. We're asking for your feedback, how to make our work better. Don't waste your energy giving it to them. Because you're gonna have to you're gonna accept them what they're saying, that they care about inclusion, all this, and you're gonna want to work there because of you have this idea of them in your head. You're gonna get there and it's gonna be a completely other thing. You're gonna have to grieve that, realize that that's not the case, constantly be torn down, be told, okay, maybe every single thing you don't have to say exactly how you feel, Catherine. Maybe every single thing, just pick your battles. If it's a battle in my head, it's a battle. It's an issue. That's what it's not. It's an issue. And it's only an issue because I'm calling you in and trying to call you in, but apparently it feels like you are being called out because you can't tell the truth. Take it out of your mission. Take it out of your grants and all the shit that you're applying for and the way you're presenting yourself. I love being a journalist. I love working in news. I love getting work in that space. And I wasn't working as a journalist in this role, but I was working at one of the biggest news organizations in the country. Working with only the senior leadership, helping coordinate some things. But I send an email and I get fired because the tone is inappropriate. Because I tell y'all the truth. Because y'all are being trifling. If anything, you know what a deadline is. You understand what directions are. But y'all don't care about that. And I just sent an email saying, hey, I hope we can work better together. I'm very annoyed with how this whole thing is gone, but hopefully it's better, moving forward. It's grossly inconsiderate. Oh, Catherine, this is ridiculous. I gotta let you go. I can't keep you on. I'm sorry, it is. Let me tell them, oh, it's all fine, and just swallow it and take it. Why? But y'all have a culture of doing this. Corporate culture is like, it's so toxic. And like, the world would be so much better if people told the truth. If you don't give a damn about DEI and inclusivity, equity, if you don't give a damn, say that. Or you don't even have to say it, but don't say you do. Do the very opposite of it and penalize people when they call you out on it. I'm so sick of feeling like I don't belong anywhere and like I can't do anything right because y'all won't tell the truth.
Guys, I'm currently so pissed off. Sorry, I have to cover the name tag so I can sue. Anyways, I'm so pissed off. They're sending me home from work right now because I was out in the back talking on my phone. And before you guys come for me, I was talking to somebody, like, I told them it was about my kid. It wasn't even about... Regardless, I was 2 hours late today. Fine, cool, whatever. They wrote me up. Then they caught me outside hitting the pendulum, right? Then I got in trouble for hitting the pendulum. Then they yelled at me just now because I was on the phone in the back and I forgot one of my tables for... I don't even want to tell you guys because it's going to sound bad. I left my table for about an hour unattended for. I forgot about them. They're in like one of them like ghost section. If you're a server, you know what I mean, where you have a bad section and like you can't see a table. I barely seen them and I forgot about them and they were shy and they didn't say anything for like an hour, so they had to get a whole free meal comped and all this stupid shit. So basically they told me I'm fired and they kicked me out and I'm about to sue because it's bullshit. I shouldn't be fired. I should have been maybe wrote up top.
I just got fired from my job. I've never had more peace. I dreaded going to that job every day. I was being mistreated and I stayed way longer than I should have. A couple of weeks ago, I did a 3-day extra fast where I went 72 hours without food and drank only water. I prayed for breakthrough, especially in my job. God immediately told me, you're about to lose that job. Now here I am. I don't have a dime saved and I still have bills. But what I do have is peace. And I know that God is a provider. The craziest part, I've had the vision of being a full-time content creator for years. But I never thought I could do it. Now, I don't really have a choice. I don't even know what my niche or what my direction is going to be yet. But whatever it is, God will forever get all of the glory, all of the honor, and all of the praise.
Guess who just got fired via phone call? Me! I was a forestry technician for the USDA Forest Service, and my crew dealt with timber sales and management. So think salvage sales, wildfire mitigation, American lumber product, forest and ecosystem health. So I was still in my probationary period, and I was 3 months away from getting my 1 year. I have put 5 years of my career into public service and natural resources. And this is how we are getting treated right now. Now, my supervisor can't answer any of my questions, like what's going to happen to my last paycheck because they're going to log us out and we won't be able to put in our time. What's going to happen to my health insurance? Am I going to get my separation form, my final one? Because I need that paperwork to apply for unemployment. And these are not merit-based firings. All of my performance reviews my entire career have been stellar. Nothing under fully successful. And the legality of this is questionable at best. So I guess if anybody knows any good federal employee lawyers or anyone I can talk to about this, because yeah, this is definitely making my life a lot harder right now. I had to get put on anxiety medication because of all of this stress. It kind of felt a little bit like a weight was lifted off my shoulders when I got the phone call, because now I don't have to worry if I'm going to be fired anymore because it already happened. But, you know, just fucking ridiculous. It's very much giving tech bro layoff. And for those who don't know, there are certain processes and procedures that must be done before a reduction in force can be enacted. And according to my supervisor, they had zero prior knowledge that
That's a video, guys. I'm just here also to share my 2 cents, like what you think about today's video. The harsh reality many people are waking up to. Employers are laying off good employees and they're doing it at their worst possible time. Just when people are starting to find some stability again after years of global uncertainty, job cuts are hitting hard, sometimes out of nowhere. And it's not just underperformance of people nearing retirement, it's a hardworking, dependable employees who have given years to these companies. It's the it's always like that. Given years to these companies, loyal, consistency, skilled and dedicated individuals. These are the workers who show up early, stay late, take initiative, and often do the job of two people without complaining. They are the ones who trained new hires, held the team together during transition, and were the first one to adapt during the crisis, but now they're the first one to let go. What's worse is that many of these layoffs come without warning. You can be performing well, hitting your target, receiving good feedback, and still get the call that your position has been eliminated due to restructuring, budget cuts, or economic uncertainty. It doesn't matter if you just signed a lease, had a baby, or recovering from the illness. The timing is often called, okay? And what we are seeing now is a growing sense of betrayal. People are not just losing job, they're losing trust in companies they thought cared about them. Employers are making these decisions based on bottom lines, share prices, and temporary economic forecasts without little regard for the human being on the receiving end. This trend has a ripple effect. People who are still employed start to feel anxious, overworked, and undervalued. Moral puppets. Productivity suffers, and ironically, the very culture and commitment companies claim to protect begin to erode. When good employees are let go, teams fall apart, institutional knowledge disappear, customer relationships suffer. You can't put a price on the kind of loyalty and experience that walks out the door during mass layoff. Another sad reality is that many employers use buzzword to caution the blow. Terms like right sizing, occasional redesign, or strategic realignment. But those are just sugar coated ways of saying we have decided to let you go regardless of your value. And the people left behind know that they might be the next. They are watching their colleagues, people they admire and rely on, get walked out with a cardboard boxes and vega exit emails. It's a silent kind of trauma happening in workplaces right now. And let's not ignore the emotional and financial toll this takes on laid off workers. We are not just talking about losing income, we are talking about losing people, losing their sense of purpose. We are talking about their health benefits, their ability to provide for the family, and their mental peace. Job loss is a life altering event, especially when it comes to an unexpected and we can also say it's so sad. For many, it's not a blow to self worthy. They start questioning if they did something wrong, even when they were doing everything right. And in the job market, bouncing back is not easy. It takes months to find something new, especially when some companies are downsizing at the same time. What frustrating is how replaceable workers are made to feel. You give your all to a company, you contribute to its growth, and yet can be dismissed like a number on a spreadsheet. And we are supposed to stay quiet, stay grateful, and move on quickly. But we need to talk about this. We need to talk about the fact that companies are not always loyal to the people who build them. The job market, there is no job security, is no longer tied to performance or dedication. That if that even being a good employee doesn't protect you anymore. So we do so where do we go from here? Workers need to start thinking more like freelancers. Even in full-time jobs, build skills consistently, divest your income if you can. Don't put all your eggs in one corporate basket because the people at the top are thinking about profit, not people. Network even when you are employed. Okay, do network with other people. Save like layoffs are always around the corner. And above all, don't tie your worth to a job title or a company name. You are more than your position. You deserve stability and respect in your working life. These layoffs are happening during a time where people are already struggling. Rent is high, food prices are up, healthcare is expensive, and mental health is on the line. Losing a job is the climate is not in this climate is not just inconvenient, it can be life threatening. And yet, many employers are moving forward with these cuts like they're making chess moves, forgetting that these are real human beings behind those pieces. If companies continue down this path, they'll end up with profit but no people to innovate or collaborate or care about the mission. It's time to start valuing employees not just for what they do, but for who they are, and not only when it's convenient for the company, because loyalty is two-way street. And right now, many employers have taken the off the rip. So that's a video for today, guys. kindly comment. What do you think about this video? Have you been laid off, or maybe have you tried to look for a job? Because 2025, it's crazy, guys. It's always crazy, like I've been saying. A lot of good employees are being laid off. And if you've been laid off, kindly leave a comment. I'll see you in my next episode. See you. Bye.